Welcome, Prodigy Finance student, to our guide on developing your profile. Now that you know exactly what role you'll be targeting, let's make your profile as competitive as possible. It's critical for you to communicate your unique strengths better than the other candidates in order to stand out. We will call this your unique value proposition. The first stage is figuring out what it takes to be successful in this role. Nowadays, with LinkedIn, this is very easy to do. We recommend checking out the profile of people who have either been in similar roles or in the company that you're applying to. This way you can see what strengths they brought with them to the job. For instance, their previous qualifications, their degree, or their listed skills and competencies. You can also see where they came from, education-wise, work experience, or even generally their region. So you may know, for instance, that a company likes to hire international students. And lastly, you get to actually see where they went after being in the company. This will give you a hint for future job steps that you may want to pursue. The next step is to review your stories. Think back to the strategy section where we looked at the different skills, experiences, and qualities that recruiters look for when deciding whether or not to hire an applicant. We're going to dig into this a little bit deeper. First thing to do is dig out your list of qualities and drop them into the table below. Next to each of these, tell a few stories that relate to these different qualities. Remember that a story isn't just, I once was a barista at a local coffee shop. Stories should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And in this case, your story should have a format that tells what you did, for whom, and what the results were. We recommend trying to have about 2 to 4 of these quantitative stories that you can tell in an interview. If you're struggling, it may help to ask friends or ex-colleagues if they have any idea of what story you might be able to tell. These really give life to your interview and help add a personal as well as quantitative side. If you're really stuck trying to figure out what story you can tell, we may have identified a weakness in your application. This is okay, as we will have a guide further on that can help you polish up and eliminate any of your weaknesses that you might discover. For the skills that you plan to further improve during your master's study, use this section for aspirational stories to show what you want to work on, either extracurricular or in the classroom, to really improve yourself. This is a great idea to show candidates how you will be building and developing your long-term potential. Let's talk about the unique value proposition now. This is what will make you stand out from the hundreds of other applicants. It is extremely important to have a solid understanding of your unique value proposition. In order to develop this, let's look back at the 2 to 4 stories that we previously identified and wrote down. Look for hard skills that you can bring to your new job. Likewise, try to focus on transferable skills that are applicable across multiple areas. By conveying these to the recruiter, you will make your application shine. Now that you've identified these skills, how would you describe your unique value proposition? What is it that makes you stand out from all the other applicants? Focus on the areas where you have a huge strength or where you have a unique experience that the others won't. Try and describe your unique value proposition in a single sentence if possible. By having such a concise proposition, you will ensure that you understand it and that it is easy to convey to the recruiter as well. If you can, try and boil it down to 3 words. These 3 words will form the basis and positioning for your application. So this is a huge important step, and take time to really think about what makes you you and what individual and unique skills you have developed in your lifetime.